I think I'm back. Sorry, guys. I have to get a better internet. I know this is going to be my resolution, my goal, my main goal for 2026. I apologize. Happy New Year. Hey, Spirit. How are you? To be a year for Taemin where he's probably going to, or people are going to try to baby him, somehow. And yeah, I think that, yeah, he will resist to this. I think that he probably made it clear a couple of years ago that because I always get the King of Swords with Taemin. So I think that he's very, he can be cute and everything, but he in his statements or the way he maybe speaks about how he feels, he's very bold, he's very honest. So I think that there's something about him being like, yeah, don't do that. But it's so interesting, because I have been reading for certain other 2026 readings for, we are in Capricorn season now. So, and I got the Four of Wands a lot. Like the past weeks, I got the Four of Wands a lot for a lot of people. So this is, again, in here in this different deck, again, we have the Four of Wands in the middle. So, when I saw this for other people, I was like, okay, what is going on with the idols? Are they going to have like more reunions, more like public gatherings, more like events where they're going to be seen, having fun? Maybe just, yeah, in the public, just maybe going to events more often, or going to weddings, or going to be invited to celebrations where they can have fun with other idols. It seems like it's going to be a theme in 2026 for a lot of idols, because Taemin also has it. And I think that is bigger than saying, oh, he's going on tour, or no, he's going to do this for his brand or for his, promotion. For me, the Four of Wands is more about having fun yourself, like when you are invited to a party or to an event where you are celebrating something either for yourself or for others, and it's in the outdoors. It's not like arranged, like, like, oh, you have to stand here and do this and then you go home. No, I see it like in the middle of the day, and very like a vibe that is very spontaneous, also very passionate, about them probably, looking more like people having fun. I don't want to say like clubbing or something like this, but it could include a lot of dancing, and them, doing this and being publicly having fun. I think that there's something about the idols maybe being seen in this more like normal situations, and you seeing them having fun, having a drink, just being themselves, not posing or anything. And I think that is going to be the theme. I just want to know what kind of events these are going to be. I think that this could be related to, someone getting a promotion, someone getting married, something happy, instead of like, oh my God, this is an event for a brand and I have to show up. No, it's more like informal, I would say. But yeah, he does have it. So he might get invitations also. You might see Taemin also outside having fun. We started reading with the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Cups. So, definitely I think that maybe 2026, 2025 for Taemin has been, a lot of limitations when it comes to the way he thinks, the way he feels about maybe not being satisfied with certain things that has been going on in his life or his career, but at the same time not having a way out, or at least him thinking that he doesn't have a way out. Like, if he agreed to something, or if he did something, or if he continued with something, it was because it was what was available at the moment. He didn't have a choice. He didn't have like maybe the liberty or the potential of just doing what he wanted. And I think that the Eight of Cups, he starts 2026 with this sort of emotional liberation, finally being able to move on from feeling stuck, like mentally, from maybe feeling sorry, feeling guilty. There's something about him being like, well, things are the way they are. People are the way they are. I'm removing my emotions from this situation. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to get more positive about this year, about what is available. I want to have fun more. I want to go out more. I want to enjoy more. I think that he's like, enough. Enough. This new year, I don't want to carry more like fears, or maybe being worried, or maybe constantly reviewing or thinking or rethinking about things that he probably has no control over certain things. So it's about accepting it and moving on. Be like, okay, I will not get nervous about this. I will let things unfold, or things just develop the way they must develop. But he's removing his feelings, his whole sentiment. He's like, I'm not going to invest more of me, because probably it makes him feel very sad, or it makes him feel like his energy is draining, because he's like maybe worrying a lot, or overthinking a lot, or feeling like a victim. And there's something about Taemin this year that he's like, I don't want to think myself as a victim, or as someone that has no other choice. I'm doing what I can with what I have. I'm doing my best. So it's about accepting that you are doing your best, and maybe it's not enough for certain people, but you're continuing your journey. And I think that, yeah, with the Four of Wands, he wants to celebrate more. Probably he wants to connect more with SHINee, with the members, with other artists. He's like, I want to go and collaborate with people. I want to go and visit people, my family, my friends, my colleagues. I want to get out. I want to get out. I want to have fun. I want to do more things. I'm tired of being stuck in a routine where I'm always feeling like guilty if things don't go perfectly. I think that he's also letting go of control in this year. He's like, I think I should go out more. I think I should go out and have more fun in my life. I need to go. So maybe, saying yes to invitations that maybe in the past he was like, no, guys, I cannot go. I cannot make it because I'm busy. I'm touring, or I'm doing this for work. I think that now 2026 is a year where probably Taemin is like, I think I need to have more fun. Otherwise, I will go crazy, because, it's all about work. And I think that he needs to have fun. He needs to go out. He needs to run free, I would say. And there's going to be plenty of opportunities for him to go and have fun. And people are going to see it. And Ace of Wands and King of Swords. He's definitely coming back with new projects, new music. I don't see Taemin stopping No, no. It's just that again, every time I think that we have been reading for Taemin for a lot of years, but he always gets the king of swords. So I think that if there's something that you need to know about Taemin, he's going to tell you himself. I think that he's someone that he knows how to use words to give clarity and to give honesty to the people. He's like, if I don't say anything, you guys don't speculate. Because probably if you don't hear anything from me, it's because it's not true, or, I'm not going to go into that subject. I don't see him fighting someone. I don't see him opposing someone. I don't see him having trouble. I think that he is mainly focused on being productive and being more passionate about new projects. I think that I don't see him being like, oh, we have to review this, or I have to look into this. No, he wants to continue working. He wants to keep his body moving. He wants to keep, sort of moving his body and feeding off this passion. There's a potential new project of his individually that he's like, this is what I've been waiting for. I want this comeback, or I want this concept, or I want this song for me. So I can see him just being very invested, very bold, very passionate about this, defending his project, but also not defending, because the King of Swords is not about defending his actions anymore. It's more about letting you know that this is how he's going to be doing, or what he's going to be doing. And he's not going to leave room for others to speculate, or for others to be like, oh, maybe you should do this, not do that. He doesn't listen to others. He is his own boss. He puts the rules himself. He plays the rules himself. So I think that is very important. It's very important to respect Taemin, especially because as the King of Swords, he's not going to accept less than this. I think that he's very much fixated on, oh, this is what I'm going to do. Nobody's going to stop me. I'm loving this that I'm going to deliver. About money and economical or fun, I don't think that I think that whatever doubts he has, he's going to resolve this and moving on. Because, his objective or his goal in 2026 is to have more fun, be more spontaneous, and probably keep working. I don't see him discussing or reviewing. And also, I don't see money. So I don't want to say like money is missing. I don't think that someone is stealing from Taemin. No. I don't think that money is missing. But I also don't think that he is. I don't want to say like he's not worried about money, but I don't think that he is. He's not counting his pennies, he's not counting he's not going through his wallet and being, or his bank account and being like, okay, how much do I have? No. He has a sort of arrangement with people that works with him, and he is getting exactly what he wants. He's been active. So he's so passionate about keep moving, about keep advancing, about keep doing things, about moving his body, about going on tour, about dancing more, about moving more, about traveling more. I don't know. I think that he's not thinking about like, oh, how much am I going to get paid for this? I think that he's like, just give me the opportunities. Just give me the activities. I want to be active. He's passionate about this, about continuing to be active. So yeah, about money, or if he has an issue about money, no. I think that probably the initial, kind of, limited belief that I saw at the beginning, or maybe him feeling a bit, stuck, because maybe people were talking about him online, and he was a bit like, felt like stuck in that, like, oh my God, I cannot stop thinking about this. I feel so bad. But he's moving on from that. he's accepting, like, okay, people are always going to complain, or I always will have some kind of obstacle with someone, but I cannot let this affect my mind, because I need my mind to build better things. But yeah, the moon in Aries, protection, the baby, the baby. I think that probably the babies, not the babies, sorry, the fans probably will feel very protective of Taemin. The fans probably will be very much like, no, what is going on with him? Like, no, we must protect him. Like, we must do this for him. And I think that he's like, you guys don't need to do anything. I'm an adult. I'm a king of swords. I run my life. Things are going the way I want them to go. I'm doing what I want. I'm doing what I love, and this is enough for me today. I don't know about tomorrow, but about this year probably is what keeps him satisfied, to have a new project to look forward to, or a new comeback, or a new album, or a new song. So, but yeah, I think that the fans will feel this strong need of, like, we have to protect Taemin. We must protect Taemin. I think that, and this is why when I see the baby, I think that this is about, sometimes we call this about, certain fans sort of babying the idol. But in the case of Taemin, I don't see it like in a creepy way. I see it like they really worry about him, and he is literally their baby. Maybe, yeah, he is the magnet. This card usually comes out for the magnets. So there's this sense of, like, he will forever be the baby for us. So we feel we don't want him to get hurt. We don't want, nothing to go wrong about him. Like, what is going on? What is going on with Taemin? And he's actually going to have fun. He's going to have fun. He's going to be okay. He's going to be in a better mood. So don't worry about him. But yeah, probably they will. They will feel the need to do more, or to to do more for Taemin. But Taemin is going to be okay. Taemin is a very intelligent man. I know that the fans probably knows this. I don't have to repeat this, because probably if you're a fan, you are like, yeah, I know. But I think that since he always has the King of Swords with him, I'm like, he is a very intelligent person. He's very rational and logical about his decisions, even though he's very passionate man. He's a very passionate man, but he's like, I know what I'm doing this. I know this. So trust me. I had done the research. I'm not that stupid. I'm not that, ignorant. Okay. I'm going to continue with the Boyz. Let's see the 2026 for the Boyz. Oh my God, these guys cannot catch a break. Okay, they have the Four of Wands again. So what is going on with this Four of Wands? Like, there's a lot of celebration. Okay, for the Boyz, we have... Oh, okay, now it wants to fly. Sorry, guys. My hair is also going crazy. For the Boyz, Four of Wands, Six of Cups. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Strength card. We have the Knight of Swords. And we have Mars in Leo, egotism. Egotism. I mean, I think that they start the year actually trying to also have fun, trying to reconnect with having fun, maybe being more public, being seen more, going out more. Maybe it's about the award season. It's about, them maybe going to perform or going to different events. I think they are really happy about this. I think that the beginning of 2024 is going to be a very pleasant memory of like, oh, we used to do this, and we used to get this feeling of satisfaction about being in the public and having fun, and maybe people watching them and being like, they are having so much fun. We love this for them. And for the first time, maybe in a lot of months or years, people actually talking positively of them, being, maybe seen backstage, or maybe people seeing like fan cams of them and seeing them really truly enjoying themselves or playing or being, playful, being funny with each other, being, having fun, being goofy. I think that they are laughing a lot, having fun like men of their age. I think that they start the year really well. I think that they start the year, somehow maybe even like celebrating their past work, being like, well, it wasn't easy, but at least we are getting recognized somehow. And then connecting with this, maybe if they're getting a prize, if they're getting like an award, if they are getting a recognition, if they are being maybe recognized, like, here guys, this is for you, this is your achievement, this is what you guys did. I think that there's a lot of achievements actually for the boys. I don't know, exactly how much awards have they earned this, in this award season. I don't know, but I think that there's plenty. And the Six of Cups is like, remember when you had this, remember how much you enjoyed winning awards or winning, recognition. And I think that they are somehow like loosening up a bit, about like, let's just have fun. I think that they're going to get more recognition. They're going to get more awards probably, or they're going to attend to more award ceremonies, and they're going to be seen having fun. And I think that it's going to click something in people, that actually, instead of, speculating about the boys image, or what happened to the boys, or what is going on with the boys, I think that for some, maybe for a couple of months, maybe January, February, people are actually going to be happy for them instead of criticizing them. I think that it's going to start pleasantly, but then I have this Queen of Swords here. So there could be a woman, someone also trying to call them out or something, or saying something about them, or having like an awkward interaction with them, and actually this somehow affecting their ear. I don't know why this woman is so important. Maybe she says something again. She says something that is like, I think that it can go both ways. It can, like, maybe get a bit of criticism for like, or like she mentioned the voice, or she said something about, or there's something about her and the voice. But then she could, I think that both ways can get, affected by this. But I think that there's a woman that in 2026 is still going to be very sharp about maybe the guys, or about a certain member, being like, okay, yeah, I had this experience with him and he was this and this and this. It's so unfortunate, because I think that, instead of this being focused mainly on the group and what the group can achieve, I see mostly gossip. I see gossip, or, people talking online, or people, mentioning them, or just like there's like an excess of opinions. And this woman is no, is not an amateur. Not, no, I don't want to say that. It's not innocent. It's not like someone that is young and innocent and it's like, oh, I said something online that I shouldn't have said. No, this is a very, mature person. This is someone that knows how to use words for their benefits. This could be someone in the business as well. So I'm kind of surprised, like, why are you doing this? Why are you mentioning them? Because I think that there's something about her being like, I'm not done talking about this. I'm going to continue. We have the Strength card and we have the Knight of Swords. So yeah, I think that it's directly towards someone. It's towards a member that also the member is not going to back down. The member is like, I'm also going to defend my honor. So if you come after me or if you come after my group, I'm going to speak up or I'm going to say something. And probably it's not going to be very nice. So, even though we have, the Strength card in the middle. So I think that both of them at some point, they will have to, or they will be told by others, like, you have to stop. Control yourself. Have some self-control, please. But there's certain like anger, I don't like you. I'm holding back what I want to say about you because I respect you. But, the Knight of Swords is also someone that is like, what did you say about me? Someone that is like very, like, they don't think, they are like more like, I feel like you're attacking me, so I'm defending. I'm attacking you back because I'm defending myself. But probably the woman is more powerful. So this is why we have the Strength card in the middle. That is like, probably people be like saying to this member, don't go too far, control yourself. We don't want any more scandals. We don't want people talking more about us. Like, can you calm down, please? But he's very angry as well. Yeah, and we have, Mars in Leo, egotism. Honestly, I think that there's, how can I say this? There's a lot of egotistic energy around the voice and inside the voice and anything that is near the voice. It's all about me, what I want to say or what I want to do and what I think that you should do, from the company, the people that have like a feud with the voice, people that don't like the voice, maybe some members in the voice as well that they are like, oh no, but I want to do this for myself, so you guys have to support me. So there's a lot of, especially in 2026, it seems like there's going to be a lot of like decisions being made or actions being taken, just because of egotism. Of like, I want to do what I want to do. And I don't care if this, ruins the mood or if it makes people uncomfortable. I want to get my way. I want to do what I want to do. So I don't see unity. I just think that they start the year really good because there's a sense of celebration. So maybe they do attend award shows, events together, and they have a lot of fun. But then, things get more like, more of the same. Like there's someone that is going to criticize them, or there's a woman from the past, or there's someone that is coming back with their sword. It's like, I have something to say about you. I'm not done. And someone of the group also answering back, defending themselves. But yeah, with Mars in Leo, I think that they are not thinking about the well-being of the group. I think that no one is thinking about the well-being of the group, because either some have worries or some have issues and problems in their personal lives. Either the company is not here, first of all, but I think that the company is also to blame because they are very egotistic themselves. They sort of like, I would say this is like part of their culture, to be egotistic. So it somehow, it affects certain members. It's like, if you want to make it, you have to be egotistic. It's somehow like having this teaching, I would say, this energy that is kind of contagious, that it makes the guys feel anxious about their future. So they are like, okay, I have to think about me. I have to think about me. And the group has to think about me as well. So, it's going to be a bit of, discussions of the boys again being in everyone's, minds, or maybe everyone having an opinion about them, saying like, oh, what he did was wrong. Oh, she did was wrong. This woman is like, I don't know who she is, but she's like taking over the whole year. She's like, I have things to say. So I don't see it like peaceful, like and about comeback, I don't see work. I think I see, a lot of opinions and just, people talking. But yeah, a lot of egotism. I think that everyone around the boys themselves, and people that are against the boys, they all have this egotistic desire of like, I have something to say, or I need to do this, or it's all about the I. It's not about the we. So it's tough. Oh my. Today the jumping cards. And also I was thinking like, where is the work? There's a lot of gossip, like he said, she said, and where is the work? And the money also. Oh my. Okay. Sorry guys, if you're saying something in the chat, I cannot see the chat because, I turn off the other devices just in case it's affecting the Wi-Fi. So I'm sorry. I don't think that there's very few of you here, so I don't think that you guys are talking, but I'm just left with the last comments that I got from Spirit. Okay, I'm going to continue with Baekhyun. Baekhyun. Oh my God. Oh. Also, he has a lot to say. His energy feels like, like the wind. Okay, let's see 2026 for him. Okay. Okay. For Baekhyun, we start with the 7 of Cups. We have the Devil. We have the 2 of Swords. We have the Queen of Cups. And we have the 8 of Wands. And then I have Mars in Aries, that it says impulsiveness. For Baekhyun, impulsiveness. Mars in Aries. I always sense this Aries energy in him, always. Like, I think that whatever placement he has in Aries or in fire, it always shows up in the readings, not so much the earth element of him being a Taurus man, but maybe because, he doesn't, I think that there's certain moments in his life where he doesn't hold back. He's like, at the end, I'm going to do what comes out of my decision. Like, I want to do this, I will do this. Can be a bit childish, I must say, this Aries energy of his, impulsive, definitely. But I think that this is how he functions, and he will always be like this. I don't see him like changing or being like, oh, maybe I should review this. No, I think that he is like this. He's very prideful as well. Yeah, we start with the Seven of Cups, and we have the Devil. So definitely, I think that yeah, there's a lot of attachments. There's like a lot of contracts. He wishes he could do a lot of things. The Seven of Cups is him having plenty of opportunities, or plenty of ideas, or plenty of, even work, maybe creations of his, maybe ideas for the group, even, he's someone that he's always thinking ahead. He's a very, prosperous artist, I must say. But with the Devil, I think that there's a contract. There's something that is like, I have all these great things that I want to give, or that I want to do for the group and for me, but there's a contract that is not letting me function freely. I feel like, like I'm, like I'm a prisoner. I cannot do this because there's a contract. I cannot, share this because, I cannot say this because you don't want me to say this. So I think that it limits, and it's going to continue to limit his 2026 when it comes to ideas, or him maybe recording more songs or sharing songs with the others. I think that there's a contract in here that is like somehow is getting in the way of his desires, of his dreams, his aspirations. He has a lot of ideas, but I think that they are not going to come true because, there's a huge, there's like the Devil here. I feel it like there's a lot of pettiness in the middle, and I think that it's not going to change. With the contract in here, it's like they have him under control. Somehow they are like, you're not moving, you are not delivering this, you are not doing this. And I think that there's a bit of naivety from him. I don't know if when he signed this contract, there's something about maybe them promising him that this was not going to always be like this. But I think that probably in 2026, he's going to start somehow maybe fantasizing or idealizing certain things. I think that he signed a contract and they lied to him. They told him that he will have certain freedom, and they will not give him freedom, not at all. No. So probably 2026 is going to be this year where he's going to finally have to, maybe face that he's not that free as he thinks that he is. That they will always remind him, like, you have a contract with us, you cannot do that. And it's sad, yeah. But yeah, in the middle we have the Two of Swords. So I think that there's something about, even though he's very impulsive, and I see the kind of impulsivity here, I think that there could be maybe maybe something about him not getting involved in certain arguments, or certain, not taking a side. I think that Baekhyun is very, it's like after he realizes that he cannot move freely, or that he cannot, after maybe they got him with the contract and he's like, oh my God, no, not this again. There's something about him being like, okay, this time I'm going to just remain center, and I'm not going to say, I'm not neither to fight back nor do the opposite. Like I'm just going to stay still and not make a decision in 2026. I think that 2026 is not the year for him to be exactly this impulsive. At least not in business. I think that in business, he is tied up to a contract. So I think that there's something about him finally realizing this and be like, oh, this is more serious than I thought. So maybe it's about him not taking sides, not saying anything, maybe continuing doing what he has been doing and nothing else, nothing more, just stay peaceful, I would say. It can be, people can be like, what is going on with him that he doesn't say anything, but he's sort of trying to keep the peace, I would say, because he's done fighting somehow. Because there's something about him with the devil realizing that, it doesn't matter how many aspirations you have in this business, at the end, the people in power get you. You are like a slave for them. So in these maybe contracts or these situations, they repeat themselves. Even if you maybe go to somewhere else and you're like, oh, they promised this was going to be different. No, it's this different phase, different building, same procedure, I would say, same style, same outcome. People are greedy, people are, they don't want the artist to be free. So I think that he's like, for a while, maybe for a couple of months, he's going to just not be in the middle, being, not saying anything, nor against the company, nor in favor of the company. He's like, I'm not here. I'm not, don't ask me. I have nothing to say. Like, and I think that this year is not a year for him to make an important decision, especially about his career. I think that he should remain like peaceful, if he can, respectful, modest, very polite, even to people that don't deserve it, but being polite, being in the middle. I think that this is the attitude that he has, even though inside he probably is boiling with anger, but he has to maintain like this because he cannot move. There's not like any smart move that he can do, or even like money or something that he can do to be like, okay, I'm going to do this. No, I don't even see like money, like being like, okay, I have my money, I'm going to invest on this. No, just stay still. Just stay still. Don't make comments. Maybe, finding someone that can like give him advice, but he shall stay neutral, I would say. Then we have the Queen of Cups and we have the Eight of Wands. This could be like a colleague of his, like another idol, or it could be like maybe a love interest, a potential love interest, because I have the Eight of Wands. So there's something about this connection moving very fast. And also this queen is so understanding, is so compassionate. I think that for the kind of tension that he has, this lady could be very positive for him, if this is like a lover. It could be like him having like a sort of collaboration with her, because I see that she brings news. So it's like, I don't know, them working together probably. But there could be some, people being like, oh, are they together? like usually people assume a lot. And also because she's so sweet, or maybe their style is so romantic that people will assume that they are together. But I think that this woman, or the arrival of this woman, is like somehow is going to maybe change this sort of this tension that is happening this year. It's about, her being kind to him, or her being a good listener, or her maybe having her own experiences in the business and her being like, yeah, I understand you. I bring you sympathy, I bring you empathy because I've been there. But somehow bringing maybe the possibility for them to do something, or actually give him information about like, okay, I know this. Maybe this will work for you, and it can somehow change and get Baekhyun out of these chains, because he is going to be stuck a bit. Yeah, we have the Mars in Aries that it says impulsiveness. I think that at some point, I don't see it like at the beginning of the year, but maybe by the end of 2026, he can actually start feeling like very anxious and uncomfortable about having to be this, about having to be this Two of Swords. That this is a very Libra energy. This is not something that he does, being like, okay, I'm going to stay in the middle and just not say anything and not middling in. This is not Baekhyun. Baekhyun doesn't do this. Baekhyun is very much on action and about, resolving things. So I think that at some point, he's going to get tired of waiting. But I think that, maybe it's going to come after he receives the advice of this woman or the help of this woman, or he's going to work with this woman, that he's going to feel like the warrior inside of him is going to come out again, and he's going to be impulsive again, and he's going to make a drastic change. So yeah. I see that he's not going to be like all like still and proper. I think that it's just a matter of time. It's just that, it's also you have to be, when you have to stay, just silent, until you see the whole picture and you have more information, you have to be like that. You have to be in the middle, and maybe people will be like, oh, why he doesn't say anything, or why, he doesn't react, like, why doesn't he do anything? And he's like, I cannot do this. I'm also tied up, like, like all of you. So, it's now different, my situation. Okay. Let's see for CBX, for Exo CBX. Let's see their 2026. It's tough for Exo CBX. It's tough. But yeah, it's just that the Exo CBX has so much talent that even if, there's a hostility towards them, it doesn't change the fact that they are very appreciated in the industry, and that people acknowledge that what they do, no one else does it. So yeah, okay. We start with the 9 of Pentacles for Exo CBX. We have the 9 of Wands. We have the Lovers. We have the Strength card, and we have the 5 of Wands. And then we have Moon in Leo, another Leo card. Moon in Leo, appreciation. Moon in Leo. So they're very proud of themselves. They're like, you cannot take this away from me. I am appreciated. I am an artist. So I am a star. I am talented. We are that group. So even if you don't let us work, we are still that group. So there's a bit of pride about them, yeah, having, self-esteem. It's like, we know our worth. We know we're good. Even if you don't let us work, or you make it difficult for us to be active, because I see it here. With the 9 of Pentacles, and we have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, there could be that, yes, there's like individual activities of theirs that maybe they are not doing very well, or there's certain oppositions, there's certain challenges about them, being able to release their solo work. A lot of delays, like things get difficult at the last minute, and definitely if the guys of CBX, if they are releasing like solo projects, which, with the Nine of Pentacles, it's not so much about the group, it's more about them individually doing things. And there's a lot of potential. And there's like, I think that the guys really sell very well, or, what they create is really good. People know who they are. But at the same time, with the Nine of Wands, it's like they make it difficult for them. And I think that in 2026, it's going to be difficult again to promote themselves. It's going to be difficult. Issues are going to appear, them getting tired also, because they don't have like the proper support. They do have the talent, they have the name, or they have the fame. They have a name for themselves, so they are like, people know who they are, so people are like, yeah, we know that if we pay to see these people, we pay to see success. But there's also a lot of challenges. There's like them feeling like very tired, very exhausted, because it feels like they are carrying the shows on their shoulder, because there's not much help. There's not much assistance. There's not like a proper care for them. So I think that they are like, yeah, we always go through this, either with the old company, or this one is like, it's always us, the one that we sustain, our individual projects, because they don't support us. The only ones that support us is the fans. It's the fans that they are like, yeah, we believe in them, we like their songs, we like their style, and this is why we're here. But they're like, I cannot just sustain this with my name only, or with my talents only. There has to be like a proper organization. But I think that it's going to be tough. It's going to be heavy for them. If they continue to do individual work, it's going to be heavy. It's going to feel like a burden. It's going to feel like, oh my God, like, this never ends. I always end up fixing things myself. I have no help from others. But they're very talented. So, and also the Nine of Pentacles is about someone that they know the business. Maybe they know that probably they should be paid more even, but they are like, we are resilient. We are used to struggling. This is not the first time. This is not the first year that this happens. I think that there's something about the members of CBX being like, we were never spoiled in the first, like at the beginning of our careers. We never experienced like abundance, opulence, like, I'm so comfortable here. No. It was always challenging. It was always them being overworked. It was always tough. It was always inconsistent. It was always, them, the guys, putting the face to the audience and be like, guys, we apologize if this is happening. So they are like used to somehow, having to survive and make the most of whatever opportunity they have. Yeah, with the Lovers here, I think that, again, Exo CBX will continue to be dual. Again, just like the card that I got from, that is very different, but I got the Two of Swords for Baekhyun. So there's something also about them, not, maybe if people ask them about, are you going to work with Exo? Are you going to come back with Exo as Nine? They will, play with the possibility. They will not say like, no, we will not come back. No, they will, leave the possibility open. With the Lovers, there's something about them also, being very seductive about this, being like, we would love to, or, or I love my group, or I love Exo. I think that there's not hostility from their part. There's not, and also I think that they also are like, we are never like, this year is not a Sorry, guys. I'm working on my data. I'm trying to get more data.